Hal Robins is a stellar performer, renowned for his recitals of classic poetry, his own fabulous stage productions, not to mention his well crafted lyrical pieces. And for as long as the human heart urges the mind to give words of poetic abstraction, so will there be a need of those such as Hal, who will give life to language such as he does in a manner so beautiful and so profoundly wonderful. So, without further ado, the mic is to you.
Thank you, Dan. This is called You Are the Poem. You are the cause, inspiration, and title, and at the very first, the expectant moment before anything is said. And then you are the first clear words, claiming willing silence. You are the ocean the poem sails on, and the ship that passes over it is also you. The accent, the underlying beat, flow of the line, and the caesura. Figure and image, simile and metaphor, and you are the conclusion, bridging the thought to the close, giving the perfect release of ending, reached only then, and what follows in the mind, the longing to return to the beginning, and all that waits there to be loved again. This one is longer than most, so I'll begin it now. Seeking your shadow. Like a thin rag on the draft, she, threadbare scrap of fabric blown by gusts uplifted, then floats down upon the houses by her craft. Drifting nearer to the earth, past blackened spires, through chimney smoke, the lighted windows of the folk attract her to the place of birth. Were then the capture and release only a dream at passion's cost, once his, now with repletion lost, the succubus takes flight in peace. Bearing his seed, she, like a mist who through the casement launched her flight, her sex transformed, concealed by night, now male, drifts down to keep a tryst. Daughter of Eve, the target lies and frees the sleep-born amorous thought. So she, by incubus, is caught, his ready and receptive prize. It was a dream, or was it not? The handsome visitor is gone, and open to the blear-eyed dawn, the casement hides the cryptic plot. Then soon the brokered child is born of mortal man's collected seed, of mortal woman's fallow need, and yet of mortal fate forlorn. For creeping in 3/4 of the year now past the natal day, the same thief reaves the babe away, and with the infant vaults above, but leaves behind and in that place a substitute child, fair to view, yet not of Adam's line, but new, a changeling, born not of the race. The newborn to their realm shall go, for so their numbers they maintain. The changeling child shall live and grow, while human ways she will disdain. The man and woman know her not. They hold her as their offspring born. She holds their love in secret scorn, seeking a memory forgot. But she, an unknown blue jay, lives among them till she leaves the nest. To human hearts no peace or rest in all the world so wide she gives. Now I see you are such a one, your lobeless ears, your elfin gaze, your spirit provenance betrays. You are a daughter of the Jinn. Should I touch you with iron cold, will your enchantment flee away and leave me in the grosser day, mourning the spectral nights of old? Bright wing, look kindly on me now that I know you for what you are, sojourner from a wandering star. My adoration, no, allow. But mercy from the Longivae is not renowned, and this is known. When I discover on my own, you will not hear my pleading cry. Seek the true state your nature wills, as I shall mine, to wander far, to find your long gone avatar hidden beneath the hollow hills. From pipes that leak, the water drops to weaken the foundation. The urge to look away will not assuage the situation. Old food, dirt, hair, and human blood pass through at their discretion. Bacteria's expanding gases aggravate compression. Time's toll in mineral fatigue, the join once tight now looses. Wires leading to the junction box conspire to blow the fuses. Shed shingles slipping from the roof admit the rain and weather, while cracking paint on outer walls betrays them altogether. The basement furnace coughs and wheezes, endless susurruses, blocked vents and registers comprise the cause of its pertussis. On faulty hinges, doors and frames no longer hang correctly, but scrape and groan and cannot be made use of circumspectly. The roof tree beam will fall, near eaten through by insect dining, and torn wallpaper hangs in strips where moldy spots are shining. Time-weakened walls stand fast no more, and out of plumb are leaning, whose many holes now indicate where termites are convening. Rocking and creaking in its bones, the home prepares to settle, give up its shape, scatter its flesh, its wood and glass and metal. The mountains fall, the earth itself down toward the sun is falling. Nations and empires down to dust are vanished past recalling. Weathered by the winds of time, of entropy is telling the slow fall of the house to earth and all within it dwelling. World of my delight, hers to bestow, mine to acquire, provided that I go along the road of knives 1,000 miles or so. Concupiscent joys, hers to confer, mine to have found when I have found her. Let not the fortress and the iron guards deter. Fidelity and love, these she will give, and I receive, provided that I live after I travel through the maelstrom in a sieve. And even as I travel, comes another's suit, effortless and slack, brainless and brute. Into his hairy paw drops down the golden fruit. Well, let's see. This one is called Heraclitus. Nothing can make me forget, I tell myself, no matter what. Then I suddenly discover time has flown and I forgot. Pebbles roll, so fall the mountains. Bit by bit the memory fails. Thought by thought, all bonds are weakened. Disjointed solitude prevails. Mental structures fall to ruin, weathered by the winds of time, not shored up by beams of memory, scaffolding of rote and rhyme. Don't expect fond recollection to be shared the way you think, or the strongest resolution equal to the weakest ink. On the landscape, light is changing, as the landscape changes too, and more subtle alterations happen, love, to me and you. This one is about Horace Fletcher, the father of Fletcherism. My mother used to tell me, boy, it's unrefined and crude to wolf your dinner. Fletcherize, always chew your food. For in those days the name of Horace Fletcher was renowned. How did he come to have his theories known the world around? In 1889, a San Francisco import buyer, Horace Fletcher, businessman, was ready to retire. Although of solid middle age, his portly cheeriness he found impacted by a strange and troubling weariness. So Horace hit the books, then hoping by research to find an answer to the problem which now occupied his mind. Gladstone, the British statesman, wrote, "Our teeth are 32. Thus nature clearly furnished us one tooth for every chew." But Fletcher's insight made Gladstone seem wet behind the ears. Just chew your food so many times, it simply disappears. Endorsed by leading scientists and ministers of state, soon Fletcherism thrived among the lowly and the great. To clinics and physicians, thoughtful Horace mailed a gift, perfect elimination. He invited them to sift. Yet something, somehow, was not right, and Horace felt unwell. Quietly, he checked into the clinic for a spell. Nor did death's shadow alter his experiments with food. Though he lay dwindling, now he spit out everything he chewed. All of his teeth were rotten and his bowels blocked with sludge. The doctors argued back and forth, but Horace wouldn't budge. So Horace perished. I advise, to end this interlude, dine on new theories by all means, but always chew your food. There were two schoolboys once, two boys as different as can be. One was an upright, manly lad, and Thomas Quick was he. Yes, Thomas Quick was neat and clean and courteous and kind. He let no unclean habits mar his body or his mind. No unclean practices shall harm my body or my mind. But oh, the other one, most unlike Thomas Quick, indeed, Samuel Sluggard was, with no initiative or creed. Unkempt about his person and bereft of charm and sense, he wasted every moment of his time in indolence. Alas, to see a young man's life consumed in indolence. A good boy and a bad boy. Thomas went to Sunday school, while Samuel, idle, stayed at home, a wastrel and a fool. While Thomas saved the pennies he earned raking neighbors' yards, Samuel gambled his and lost his money to his pards. He lost his only savings to his uncouth, low-born pards. And as the two grew older into young manhood's estate, the lives of both were altered by an accident of fate. Her name was Esmeralda, She outshone the evening star. Her father owned a gold mine and a private railroad car. Thus, Esmeralda's charms were rendered greater still by far. When Samuel and Thomas came a courting to propose, she demanded one condition be met by the one she chose. Whoever makes $1 million first receives my hand as well. A woman has to have a husband who knows how to buy and sell. Father says this will protect me from the fortune hunter's spell. While Samuel tried to gain his million in the gambling hells so low, Thomas studied the stock market, noting every ebb and flow. The shares he bought, he sold at profit when the stock did well. With the profit, he bought more shares, learning how to buy and sell. He shunned the uncouth dives young Samuel frequented pell-mell. Now I am worth $1 million. In no time, our Thomas cried. He got a statement from his broker, and he rushed to claim his bride. Your stock certificates are ordered, and your capital is sound. So, Thomas, I am yours. My life's companion I have found. With my million, and with you, I see my life's ambition crowned. But what of Samuel Sluggard, who had no industrious ways? In the reeking gin mill, even now, he spends his nights and days. By day, he rots his soul with whiskey, and his fingers click the dice. At night, he sleeps on filthy straw with spiders, ticks, and lice, while up and down his shivering spine run 9 platoons of mice. If you do as Thomas Quick did, you will surely never fail. Now, children, to the point of my instructive moral tale. Thomas shall sport with angels, singing in the heavenly choir, while Samuel pops and sizzles, broiling in eternal fire. I have an illustrated tract for those who would inquire. Wisteria. Poor bower bird, your gifts are gone. Your far-sought true love spurns your heart. Her bright eye gleams no longer on your favor, and you must depart. In summer's field she will disdain the tribute to her you would build. Within, in solitude, remain your dying love song vainly spilled. Brighter the eyes, sharper the beaks, ringed round to pluck and pierce your back as she looks on, yet never seeks to block the suitor's fierce attack. The way is shut, the timing wrong, that season has no more to live. Remembered not your fading song with wanton wing, she will forgive. Well, I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What a wonderful feature.